This is Marlon James, and you're in tune with Reasonings with Odessa.
All right, this is Reasonings with Odessa, and I'm here with my hubby. And this is this is a mini Reasonings, and we are here to talk all about Get Millie Black and why Ono feel watch it. So, Marlon, give us a synopsis of what Get Millie Black is about.
So, Get Millie Black is about Millie Jean Black, 9-year-old girl, gets sent to England, separated from her brother. And years gone by, she hears that her brother is dead. And because she has this huge guilt about it, she becomes a cop that focuses on missing persons. And then some point in her life, she found out that her brother was not dead at all. So she jumped on the first plane, dropped everything, completely halted her life in England to come back to Jamaica to find her brother. And in the midst of finding all of that, including her brother now being her sister, she stumbles upon a case with a high school girl missing. And this case goes from one thing to another till it so blows up in everybody's face that she ends up in a human trafficking plot. That, don't worry, I'm not spoiling it for you. There are way too many surprises.
Okay.
That takes her in an area where she just can't come back from.
Wow.
And that doesn't really trust me. You think that spoil anything? It don't spoil anything. That's just a scratch in the surface.
How long did it take for you to put this whole concept together?
Well, I mean, oh, wait. Are we going to hear your questions? Or
yes.
Should I talk as if? Okay. All right.
So let me do it again. How long did it take for you to put this whole concept of Get Millie Black together?
A lot of this concept started in a hotel room. This was nearly 10 years ago. I'm on tour for Brief History of 7 Killings, my third novel. And I'm writing on hotel stationery about this character who is a detective. And my mother was a police detective in Jamaica as well. So she can take credit for this character. And it just came about. Usually for me, characters show up in my head first. And I'm like, why the hell are you in my head? Where you want? What is your story? And for me to write, I become like this journalist. I become the reporter for these imagined people. I'm like, all right, I need to get the story. What is this woman trying to tell me? Or better yet, what is she not trying to tell me? What's she trying to hide? And all of the backstory, the biography, what happens next, what's going to happen forward, sort of come in this organic way.
Tell me, why was it important for you to have an all Jamaican cast? Basically, we were at the screening and you said 98% of the cast and crew are Jamaican. Why was it so important?
Only 2 cast members don't have a Jamaican connection, and one of them is Trini. So he's Caribbean anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And he plays a major role. He plays it as a Trini. Why? Because we are fully capable of telling our own stories, and not just the form, not just the content, but the form. These are a lot of these people I come up with in advertising and in graphics and so on. So I know a Jamaican crew can do it. I think that sometimes the best way to tell a Jamaican story is to have Jamaicans tell it.
That's perfect.
Yeah. The best way to film a Jamaican story is to have Jamaicans film it. A lot of the music, the incidental music was by Jamaicans. All the actors were Jamaicans. Most of the crew, we had a lot of foreign people on the crew, but most of the crew was Jamaicans. At one point, 200 Jamaicans were working.
Wow.
And the thing about that is that then everybody adopted as their labor of love. Everybody's like, no, we have to stand up for Millie. We have to do this and make sure it happen. Downtown Kingston, we end up shutting down some roads. Everybody said, nah, man, if we bring business back downtown, and so on. And it was very important, not just that this is a Jamaica show, but it's a Kingston show.
That's right.
It's a detective show. It's a film noir set in Kingston. So we see downtown, we see Gully, we see Uptown, we see Norbrook, we see Cherry Gardens, we see King Street, we see Duke Street. Working Kingston, rich Kingston, poor Kingston, desolate Kingston, queer Kingston. That's important too. Straight Kingston, illegal Kingston.
Yeah.
Contraband Kingston.
Yes.
But also legit Kingston and bubble and wine Kingston.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I grew up here, you grew up here, depending on the street, it's a different Kingston you enter.
It is. It's definitely a different street.
As a joke, I used to take uptown people downtown and left them.
They don't know how to get out. It's like Get Out.
Yeah, because they never been below crossroads. Said, you're coming back to me? No, they're my a Portmore me live, sorry.
Gaza was there.
They're Gaza, sorry. Call Vibes Cartel, me come here.
Why? What do you want people to take the most from watching after they watch Get Millie Black?
I want them to take a lot of things. I want them to realize that Jamaica is bigger than they thought. And sometimes it's Jamaicans that need to know that.
100%, I agree.
That all of us Jamaicans have a right to be here. Whether you're straight, you're gay, you're trans, you're male, you're female, you're whatever. We're all Jamaicans and we all have a right to be here. And we all deserve to have our stories heard.
Reasonings with Odessa is powered by Revolt Podcast Network. Don't forget to subscribe to us on Apple and Spotify. Linkage laters. Peace.